niende mbele.
It's almost like falling in love for the first time, all over again. Hold on tight to the feeling, but it's a roller coaster in my head. So I'm holding myself on a precipice, and I've been dreaming off the ground. So I'm looking for something that's definite. I'm praying you don't let me down. It's gotta be all. It's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. Oh, it's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. these doubts like the playing cards close to my chest. Turn them round for the river and hope it's something that I won't regret. So I'm holding myself on a precipice, and I've been dreaming off the ground. So I'm looking for something that's definite. I'm praying you don't let me down. It's gotta be all. It's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. Oh, it's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. Oh, oh, it's gotta be all or nothing. It's gotta be all or nothing, all or nothing. It's gotta be all or nothing. It's gotta be all or nothing. Oh, or nothing at all.
Come. Okay.
The Melville in the year 1979. They started it off after realizing about the sad plight of the Rothschild giraffe. The Rothschild is a subspecies of giraffe that had made Western Kenya and Uganda their home. In Kenya, they lived in a ranch known as Soy Ranch. It was 18,000 acres. The government of the day decided to give out this ranch to the general public to settle as squatters. The squatters decided to do away with the giraffes to pave way for subsistence farming. By the time these guys learned about the decreasing populations of the Rothschild, we only had around 130 left in the wild. They came up with an idea to bring in 2 young giraffes to their house, to their home, rear them, breed them, and then they would release the cubs into the wild. They started off the program with Daisy and Marlon as the first 2 giraffes. Their house was the hotel right across the feeding platform, known as the Giraffe Hotel. So they started off with Daisy and Marlon. Here's a photo of how the capturing process was done, using horses to isolate giraffes. Translocation in the late 70s was done using fans. In the year 1983, they went ahead and set up AFU USA, and funds collected via AFU USA were used to set up this education center where we are in right now, purchase extra land for the giraffes, 100-acre sanctuary which is across the road, and also translocate more herds of giraffes from Western Kenya to more safe. A film was made on the last giraffe in the year 1979. It is readily available on YouTube. The center was opened first to students in the year 1983, later on to the general public by the same year, shortly before Jock died in the year 1984. Here are some of the photos of the first visitors to the center. An area view of the nature sanctuary, that's across the road I talked about. There are nature trails in the sanctuary, bird feeding areas. So if you still have time and interested in bird watching or enjoying nature, you can pass by as long as you have your ticket here. So through the vision of Jock and Betty and the efforts of many others, the Rothschild giraffe populations have stabilized. Right now in Kenya, we have more than 1,000 individuals breeding successfully in the wild. We have other subspecies of giraffes also in Kenya. Here's the Rothschild, the giraffes you just fed, commonly referred to as the Baringa giraffe. These will be known for having white socks, meaning they don't have any patterns below the knees. We also have the Maasai giraffe. Maasai giraffe, this one will be found to the southern areas of the country below the equator. It will be recognized by having a web-like, leaf-like venation pattern. It is the biggest of the three subspecies. We have the reticulated giraffe, commonly referred to as the Somali giraffe. This will be known for its brick red color, very solid white lines between the patterns, and it will be found to the northern areas of Kenya. Any questions?
Interesting. So essentially, this is like a conservatory center for giraffes.
And breeding. Because the young giraffes you'll see out there will eventually be released into the wild. They'll be translocated. Once they are 3 to 4 years,
Yes.
they'll be translocated to different parts and conservancies.
Of the country.
Yes.
So still, the conservatory established by these two is still up and running, and
Yes. We are still under review.
okay. In fact, I thought it's under KWS. So KWS. I mean, how do you relate with KWS?
KWS helps in the translocation.
Yes, that's a whole lot of sense.
KWS does the translocation. We do the breeding.
And like the bigger one, is it a male or a female?
The biggest
One that
giraffe
you've
you've
been
seen out
feeding
there is a male. Males will generally be bigger compared to females,
Yeah.
and they will be darker.
The same characteristics in birds. Birds.
Yes. But in birds, the beautiful one is the male. Yes.
Conspicuous.
Yes.
Interesting.
Another question.
I think that is that's a beautiful history of giraffes, and
So the hotel across its operation.
Yes. You can look it up online.
Okay.
If you still have data, actually, you can do it right now.
So now for us to be able to access the bird species and the trail pathways, whatever, we have to cross the other side.
Outside the gate.
be quiet. I hear the thunder that comes from far away.